Hello everybody, my name is the Caveman here, back with the speedrun update for Kingdom Hearts 2 and E%. Now this video is going to be starting in the Land of Dragons. Now, there's really not a whole lot with this fight, it's just switch Donald for Goofy. I do the customize here just to get it over with, and then take all of Mulan's potions. And then we're going to get the chest behind us and immediately go into Valor form for movement purposes. Now all we're doing here is buying a fire bangle and continuing forward to the camp. Some people like to, oh yeah, that little square is how you do that. Some people like to move forward. It's kind of more random, but can be faster. I don't really get all that good luck on it this time. Whenever they spawn, I tend to go straight for those Heartless. But, you know, it's kind of whatever. It's a little more consistent if you go backwards at the beginning of this fight, because it gathers all of the shadows to you. So it just kind of depends on personal preference. Now is going to be the missions. Surprise attack, the first mission. You're going to mostly be wanting to get Valor Form 2 by hitting square to pop you up in the air. I jumped because reasons. You want to stay in the air though, because it's quicker air combos. And go until either Valor Form runs out or those guys all die and then revert. And then switch to Donald, because Donald's Thunder is amazing for shadows, and just kind of fire him because it does damage over a long period of time. So it's a lot easier to catch the shadows when they come out of the ground that way. So here, just kind of deal with shadows as fast as you can. Because he's a decent bit away from me, I try to get a quick blizzard just to see it, like, it wasn't detrimental to my magic too bad, and if he just happened to be up, that would have killed him, and it's quicker, and I've actually gotten that before. This one, you have to wait to see if any of the shadows are gonna lunge at you, which the one did. If they do a quick fire to protect yourself. If not, wait until they come back up out the ground to be able to do another fire. And then we have, I believe they're called Nightwalkers. I just have Nightwalkers kill. And then the Assault Riders suck because they like to do that. Do 2 full combos, 1 finisher, and then a full combo with the second finisher to kill those guys. And I get rid of at least 1 Nightwalker before dealing with the Assault Rider, just for safety reasons. And if it's been a good couple seconds since he did an attack, I found it's a really, really bad idea to just jump straight at them, because most of the time you die. Now, mission number 3 is the easiest and most annoying, and my triangle button wasn't wanting to work for some reason. You can manage to get off 2 blizzards on this guy just to save some walking, which isn't exactly the easiest, but it's not exactly hard. And then it's just kind of, everybody spawns 1 at a time, so it's just kind of walk around the camp and deal with the Heartless as they spawn kind of deal. This mission's really, there's really not much to it. You can, if you want to, and if you're set up to, which I probably should have done there, do a blizzard. Blizzards will go through the tents. And once you're done with all the Shadow Heartless, switch Donald for Goofy, because you're going to want to do Valor Form at the very end of this mission. At the end of this guy. And I dropped the air combo because reasons. I'm getting better at not dropping air combos, but I mean, everybody does every once in a while. I mostly do those because they've got the, like, square to move forward, because it doesn't really waste time and it just kind of keeps my hands occupied. So if you ever see me in any of the runs, just kind of, it is faster to do that up, like, slopes or upstairs, but if I'm doing it on just a flat surface, whatever. Now, a good couple hits to kind of bait out that cyclone, and if you have it that they're almost dead, you can actually maneuver to where they're in the way of that reaction command, and you kill them on the way to the reaction command. It's a decent way to make it a little bit quicker. You know, it's a couple seconds, but in the setting with speedrun, seconds matter. Now, the upcoming fight is the Cave Fight, which is easier and harder than what you think it is, because easier because there's a ton of shadows and 3 assault riders, but if you underestimate the fight, those shadows will kill you a lot quicker than what you think they would. There's so many of them, and even more spawn, and then more spawn. But he normally does the same attack to start out with, so just kind of jump over it and then start doing fires to deal with the shadows. Try to get as many of them as you can and just don't do the finishers, because it tends to, you know, throw them really far. I will do the finisher whenever I run out of magic though, and then just kind of deal with them as quick as I can, which ends up being most of the time air combos unless there's a bunch of them gathered around. Because he does that sweeping attack. Now here, this was bad because I didn't... Normally you want to bait out both of them attacking, and whenever they do that, run. Whenever they do like the ground stomp, because that will kill you like that. Like I said, it's pretty easy to die in this fight. Okay, so back to these guys. And you see how I gave him a little bit of time and he immediately came back with a windmill. And that windmill is incredibly dangerous. Whenever they do stomp, if they go and jump over you, that is actually a really easy way to kind of go back in and get another combo in. Just because they can't really do much while they're in the air. But most of the time, they'll end up running forward. Now we go Valor Form for movement because Valor Form equals speed, and it's awesome. And we're just kind of going to be running to the Summit Fight, which is a timed fight that you want to get at least 125 experience away from level 10. Because there's a fight right before Shan Yu that'll give you about 125 experience. And you want that level 10 because it's a strength increase for Shan Yu. Makes the fight a decent bit faster. It's a good couple air combo, like a good couple combos that are cut out. Now you want to, in this fight, you want to be going for the bolt towers as much as you can. My auto target was kind of freaking out on me for some reason. And also the arrow blade is amazing. But you want to go for the bolt towers because they're 18 experience versus 2 experience of these rapid thrusters. And also, the arrow blade, about 30 seconds in, so right now, the extra wave of bolt towers is going to start spawning. If you can get clustered around a good couple of them and just kind of poke some rapid thrusters, they'll give you the speed trap like that. And that pretty much one-shots bolt towers, and it's pretty amazing. You don't want the bolt reversals, though, because it takes a decent bit of time. And you only really get like a 1 bolt tower with it, so it's kind of slow. But I'm at 51 experience away, so that was a good Summit Fight. And then from here we have a menu where ping goes to Mulan, and we go for the abilities for Mulan. Well, I put on Slide Dash on Sora. Mulan gets auto limit and item boost taken off, and then fire boost put on, and then the fire bangle put on Sora. And then back to Valor Form movement, I just kind of forgot because reasons.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're supposed to do it, you know, that beginning, but it's not really that much slower. So it's whatever. So because load times are so quick on the PlayStation 4 version, we do a little bit of a save warp all the way down to the mountain because it's quicker that way to get to the Shan Yu fight. Because if not, we'd be doing Valor Form for movement, which would roughly make it the same speed to get back down the mountain. Or, oh wait, no. Old Strat was actually using Mulan's Limit, which then we'd be out of magic because we use Mulan's Limit for this fight instead. It just makes the rest of the fights a lot more streamlined. So, Mulan's Limit here. I kind of edge forward to grab the bolt towers. There's my level 10. I grab the bolt towers because it kind of like guarantees everybody dies here. Because not only does it do a little bit extra damage, but it also brings the bolt towers closer to you to get hit by the meteors from the finisher. Now you see here, you know, doing that up the stairs. It's a decent bit. It's like a second or two faster doing that upstairs, which is funny. Now Shan Yu is kind of specific and he's annoying. Walk forward a couple steps and wait until he goes to kind of walk forward to attack you and retaliate. That'll edge forward this reaction command sequence, which, boom, does a decent bit of damage to him. Now lock onto Shan Yu because the bird sucks, and do 2 combos, and then there's an HP gate where he goes into second phase. It's about 1 bar left. I kind of wanted to poke him forward a little bit. Now the bird screwed me up on this one, but normally this, you retaliate to do the reaction command again, which does a lot of damage. And just kind of do some combos to finish him off. Now normally you would have Valor Form left. I was just kind of poking him and not wanting to do finishers because it would send him flying. But normally you have Valor Form left for that, so like 2 combos and you're good. But the bird screwed the fight up, so you know, the bird's completely random and I hate him. Everybody hates the bird. But the next world is going to be Olympus Coliseum, and there's really not a whole lot that goes on in the first good couple minutes of Olympus Coliseum, so I'll come back whenever it's, you know, walking at Hades. Okay, so there is a little bit of speed tech on the way to Hades. Slide dash, if the bubble didn't get in my way, you can slide dash into that plant to kind of make it a little bit faster. And you can see with my health, the Lancers, those guys, they can give you a little bit of a speed boost by that thrust. It won't kill you in 1 hit, but it'll kill you in 2, so don't do it twice. And there's also, in the very beginning, the little pugs, you can slide dash into one of them. That's pretty much the only speed tech. Now, slide dash into Hades and hit a fire for some freaking reason. But no, that's to finish off that fight. Yeah, I don't know why, but I did customize for Auron. You don't do customize for Auron. Take off those 2 abilities and his potions, Divider and Auto Limit, because you kind of don't want him to get in the way. And I was down a potion because I forgot to put the autofill on, so I had to put potions and the autofill on for Hades Escape. Now lock onto that specific shadow, jump up and do a fire so that you can get the Bat Cry. And Bat Cry pretty much kills almost everything unless the shadows decide to go into the floor like they did for this one. Now, for a decent bit of time of you practicing this, you're gonna die here. A lot. Hades Escape is very difficult because it all depends on how aggressive Hades wants to be. It's a lot of paying attention to what Hades says and where he is, and also the behavior of the Lancers, because the Lancers are the second threat. Because they will kill you very, very quickly, just like that. Now, on another note, if Hades is being less aggressive, you can take advantage of that by being extra aggressive. That's a slide dash, by the way. And you can get in like the corner and Blizzard through, because Blizzard has really good collateral damage. And you could do a decent bit of damage to both the Lancers and the shadows that are just so happen to be above the ground at the time that you're throwing blizzards. Now this is the corner that you can get the blizzards off in, and it's not guaranteed, but if you do end up getting blizzards out, it will kind of aggro them to run after their lance like this, which will give you the Lance Tug reaction command. Does a pretty decent amount of damage to the Lancers and also gives you the opportunity to run into other Heartless. And it's pretty good, it's pretty strong. Now for this one, you want to get in the corner, wait a second, and jump up and hit the Bat Cry. Lock onto one of the Lancers or else you'll, you know, completely and totally whiff like everything. Hit him one more time and either Bat Cry or Lance Tug if he decides to give it to you. Jump up and hit the bat again, and I lock on to the large body because the large body is the biggest threat in this. Hit the bat one more time, and watch out for the Lancers. And unfortunately, I didn't hit the ground quick enough to be able to actually get the Bat Cry. And, oh gosh, okay, there was the death. About to say, I remember I died here, but, oh well. If you can get the Bat Cry, normally, like, the large body will die in 2 Bat Cries as long as you don't whiff too many. And then it's a lot of just taking care of the Lancers. A better way than the Bat Cry would be to if they actually, the Lancers actually tend to give you the Lance Tug. But if the large body's alone, he's really not insanely hard to take out. Just do a full combo and it gives you that full swing, I think it's called, reaction command that does a pretty good job at stunning him or killing him. That fight is the reason why I stopped trying to do the sword route, because you'd have to experience boost through that. So you're a one-shot through the entire thing. And also, for it to be faster, you can't die. So that's not about to happen. So we get the chest that's right above, like right in front of us here, because it's an ether. Ethers are wonderful in this route. And we just kind of make our way over to Cerberus. Now Cerberus is such a funnily easy fight, because normally Cerberus is actually really hard, and he's kind of chaotic, and he's hard to hit because he's always attacking, and he swings around, and you have to walk around, and he does these large, like, seismic wave attacks that, you know, make him difficult to actually deal with Sora. So we don't deal with him with Sora. We're just gonna wait. Yeah, that's a thing that happens, and you die. Because this is the first fight that we abuse Mickey. Mickey is a mechanic that the first time in certain fights that you die in that he can show up in, he is guaranteed to show up. Shan Yu is another fight he can show up in. So don't die to Shan Yu. And don't pick Mickey if you do die. Now Mickey with the pearls. The pearls alone, like even if you weren't going in to add like chip damage with this, because Mickey's weird to control, with the pearls, it still is faster to just do Mickey, because the pearls do so much damage to him. And Mickey scaling throughout the entire rest of the game really sucks. So we just kind of only depend on him for Cerberus. That, and he's not guaranteed for anything else. So get Cerberus down to 1 health, get close enough to do a real quick blizzard, and Cerberus is dead. Real simple. That was actually slow, because he was a decent bit away from me when I came back. That's kind of random. But, you know, you deal with it. So the rest of this is just kind of earn training up at the beginning. It's kind of a mini game just to kind of do some BS in the Olympus Coliseum. It's really not that insanely hard, and it's really not that important. So we're just gonna kind of come back to this Coliseum, or come back to, like, the underworld part. Okay, coming back, you find Phil, like, lying on the ground taking a nap or something, and you get this power boost. Now, you put the power boost on, here. Now, you put on 3 abilities on Sora. Aerial Sweep, Aerial Dive, and Counter Guard. Then you go to Customize and put both Donald and Goofy on Sora attack. This will prevent them from attacking at all, because they will screw up a lot of the fights coming on later in the game. Like, a lot of them. And also, this basically makes them heal bots. Which is actually kind of funny, especially for Goofy, because he has no items. So Goofy's useless. Goofy's only use case in this currently. Oh, and you put on Cure earlier. I just forgot to do it, apparently. I'm getting better at actually putting on when I'm supposed to, though. So basically, the only use case for Goofy is that, because it's funny. And also for Valor Form. If we didn't need Valor Form, we legitimately just wouldn't need Goofy right now. But we need Valor Form for the pit fight that's coming up here after Demyx. Demyx is a weird gimmicky fight. I also do not like Demyx, because I am not that good at it yet. A good time is like 50, 51, 52 seconds. I tend to get consistently around 43. So the entire thing is about these notes. The water forms are actually the only thing you're really fighting in this version. And later on, we'll fight Demyx himself, but I'm not even there yet, like, learning. I'm almost there, though. So, you hit the water clones 1 time in this, and they turn into this note. You do Wild Dance, and it all depends on your auto-target, which sucks. And it's random, and it goes in the exact opposite direction of where you want it to go. You kind of want to stay around Demyx, though, what I'm learning. And that's basically the fight right there. It's a little slow because I strayed away from Demyx, but, you know, It's a couple seconds. It's no big deal. Now this is the pit fight. The pit fight is a two-part fight that kind of sucks against Pete. Lots of P words. So the Pete fight sucks, and the first part of it is timed, and the second part is actually really easy to die if it doesn't like to go the way it wants to, which doesn't like to go the way it wants to a lot of time. Jump up and do a fire really quick just to bait out the bat cry and stay on the ground and not jump like an idiot like that and kill all the bats. Money's kind of whatever, but I tend to grab it because money is really good in this game because it buys you ethers. Ethers are really good. Avoid Meg getting hit by the ball though, because Meg can die pretty quickly. And I think that the ball does a decent bit of damage to her. Now, try to get rid of the knights as quickly as you can. If you actually pull it off to do quick, Pete will spawn a third wave of bats before the timed section. But if those don't show up, then basically as long as you live through the soldiers, you're good. Now the rest of this is just kind of waiting it out. There is technically a timer, but there it is. But it doesn't show you it. Now this is weird. You have to slide dash forward, and while you're slide dashing forward, lock onto Pete, and then go Valor Form. The Valor Form explosion hits the bats to do Bat Cry, and you Bat Cry Pete. It's weird and it doesn't always like to work, which is why I don't really like this fight. But when it works correctly, ooh, it's so pretty and it's so fast. And that's the combos that you want to kind of keep him up in the air to prevent him from summoning the giant boulder. That does a lot of damage. So, unfortunately, this one was... I'm not good at this. Well, at time of recording this, I wasn't really all that good at this fight. But you get Trinity Limit from this. So, all you have to really do is put on Trinity Limit to start off the Hydra Fight. I'm still... And also put an Ether on. I'm still not good at the Hydra Fight, by the way. The Hydra Fight is also random. It's weird because it's very specific on the placement where you have to be for the second Trinity Limit, and also you have to hope for a good head pattern. If you don't have a good head pattern, it's just kind of slow, and sorry, but we don't like you. The game doesn't like you, not me. So, the first bit of it's easy, just one Trinity Limit with the X and the square attacks. In that order, by the way. And the first head kind of dies. Get on the Hydra's back. Get up on the Hydra's back! Yeah, we know, Phil, shut up. So, use the urn to kind of stun the heads, and you can slide dash into them just to kind of get there quicker. And I normally use that second finisher just to get kind of closer to where you have to be for the reaction command. And just kind of kill the heads dead until they give you the reaction command to cut them off. And by the time you're done with that, your magic is back. Get in a roughly here spot. And that is where you do the second Trinity. Do the square and hope that you're not in a weird spot. This is not that good of a spot, but not that bad of a spot. And that didn't do that good of damage, but whatever. Now, the head pattern is relating to this. Which heads actually like to switch back and forth in the middle? Now, I backed off because I was gonna die. And also, Donald's dead. And I healed him at a really bad time. But it just so happened to work that I got my magic back quick enough that it wasn't terrible. And just for the safety, I do all three pieces of Trinity, finishing him off. And then do the second reaction command, and he's dead. So that is where my biggest improvement needs to be. Olympus Coliseum is notorious for being really difficult and kind of tight with some of the strats. And it's been annoyingly hectic trying to actually, cooperate with Hades. Well, with the entire Olympic Coliseum world. So the last bit of this video is going to be the revisit-ish to Hollow Bastion for the sole purpose of Winnie the Pooh. I'm not a huge fan of the Winnie the Pooh world, and I'm happy that it's very, very unnecessary. So the only thing we do is put on Hero's Crest, kind of say hi to Winnie the Pooh, and then there's a little Heartless fight. Literally all you do is slide dash into a soldier and then have him kill you. Revisit Winnie the Pooh, say hi again, story things happen, cutscenes go on, we skip them, you die here if you're not, you know, poked by another one. It's normally quicker than that. And then you get Chicken Little as a summon. Chicken Little is wonderful as a summon, and you use him quite often throughout throughout the next like hour or so of the run. And that's where I'm going to leave it for this video. So thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, leave a like and all that other nonsense. And we'll see you in the next video for the Beast Castle. So later, guys.